Once you're past 60, your body can lose as much as 8% of its muscle with each passing decade. That decline isn't merely cosmetic. It affects balance, mobility, and even the ability to recover from illness or injury. Every fall fracture and slow rebound is tied to this quiet erosion. Here's the part that may surprise you. The answer could already be in your kitchen. That daily cup of coffee you think only helps you wake up can be transformed into one of the most potent natural remedies available. When paired with the right natural additions, coffee becomes far more than caffeine. It can support rebuilding lost muscle, help burn stubborn abdominal fat, cool chronic inflammation, and protect the arteries that keep your heart youthful. These ideas aren't brand new. They've been tucked away in overlooked research for years, largely ignored, because there's no massive payday in a simple spoonful of natural powder. Today you'll learn about 3 science-backed ingredients you can stir into your coffee each morning to turn it into a muscle-preserving restorative ritual. Stay with me until the end, because the number 1 ingredient has demonstrated remarkable gains in strength and mobility among older adults. Results that genuinely surprise researchers, yet it remains scarcely used in Western countries. Before we jump in, drop a note in the comments about what you put in your coffee right now. Cream sugar or nothing at all. Let's see how close you already are to the real secret that big corporations would rather you never discover. After this, you'll never look at your morning brew the same way again. Let's set the record straight about coffee. It isn't the enemy. It's actually one of the most sophisticated therapeutic botanicals we've found. In every cup, you'll find a constellation of more than 1,000 active compounds, antioxidants that guard your cells, polyphenols that help tame inflammation, and natural caffeine that energizes your brain, heart, and metabolism. Here's the sticking point. Coffee can switch you on, but it doesn't rebuild you. It revs the nervous system, yet it doesn't supply the raw materials to nourish muscle or replace the tissue that steadily declines after 50. Think of it as flooring the accelerator with the fuel gauge near empty. You'll surge for a bit, then sputter. That's exactly why fortifying your coffee with the right nutrients is a game changer. Done properly, you get more than alertness. You convert that cup into a metabolic ally for muscles, joints, and cognition. Emerging research indicates that pairing caffeine with targeted amino acids and anti-inflammatory agents can amplify muscle protein synthesis and even blunt cortisol spikes by as much as 35%. The payoff is steadier energy, fewer crashes, and deeper cellular restoration. So, when you stir the right natural powders into your mug, you're not just making a morning beverage, you're upgrading your biology. Now, let's count down the top 3 additions that deliver exactly that effect, beginning with a nutrient you've seen splashed across beauty and skincare labels. But inside coffee, it goes to work on an entirely different level. 1. Collagen peptide powder. Starts with collagen peptide powder, the quiet rebuilder in your mug. After 50 each passing year, strips away a little more of your body's framework. Muscles shrink, joints feel stiffer, and skin grows thinner. This is more than ordinary aging. It is the gradual erosion of the protein lattice that keeps everything intact. That lattice is collagen. Collagen is not a vanity nutrient for skincare. It is the most plentiful protein in the human body, woven through muscle ligaments, tendons, bone, and the lining of the gut. It lends tissues their strength, elasticity, and architecture. Here is the challenge. By the mid-50s, endogenous collagen production can fall to a fraction of youthful levels, dropping as much as 70% compared with your 20s. The results show up everywhere. Muscle recovery slows, joint discomfort lingers, and even light activity can leave you achy for days. This is why stirring collagen peptides into your morning coffee can change the game for older adults. Unlike standard protein powders, collagen peptides are hydrolyzed into smaller amino acids and peptides that absorb quickly into the bloodstream. Once circulating, they serve as building blocks. The body can channel into repairing muscle tissue and reinforcing connective fibers. In a 12-week trial, older men and women who consumed collagen peptides daily while performing light exercise added more lean mass and improved grip strength compared with peers relying on whey protein alone. Researchers point to a distinct amino acid signature in collagen that appears to stimulate pathways for myofibrillar repair, the deep restoration within muscle fibers. Themselves, there is a practical perk as well. Collagen disappears into coffee without altering flavor, mixes instantly, and helps steady blood sugar, so focus lasts longer, and post-caffeine dips are less likely. Think of this as shoring up the footing of a house before painting the walls. Without a stronger collagen base, everything else you do for wellness, from training to supplements to higher protein intake, sits on a structure that is quietly giving way. Begin with 1 scoop, roughly 10 grams, in your first cup of the day. The shift is subtle at first. Give it 2 to 3 weeks, and notice how your joints respond, how your posture holds, and how recovery after walks or workouts becomes easier. Rebuilding collagen is not only about better muscles, it is about restoring the framework that supports you from the inside out. 2 MCT oil powder. Number 2 is MCT oil powder, the clean fuel for morning energy. If collagen is the framework that holds everything together, then energy is the electricity that keeps the system alive. After 50, most people do not lose drive, they lose metabolic spark. This is where MCT oil powder reshapes the morning routine. MCT means medium-chain triglycerides, a distinct class of fats that the body can convert into usable fuel with remarkable speed. Unlike typical dietary fats, MCTs skip the slow digestive pathway. They head straight to the liver, where they are turned into ketones, a clean-burning fuel source favored by both brain and muscle. What does that deliver in practice? Energy that stays steady instead of spiky. Concentration that endures for hours instead of minutes. Muscles that are fed rather than merely stimulated. Caffeine can lift you quickly, yet it often lifts cortisol as well, your primary stress hormone. MCTs cushion that rise by keeping blood sugar more stable while feeding the brain at the same time. That is why many people who blend MCT powder into their morning coffee describe a calm, clear alertness without the late morning slump. Unlike sugar or sweetened creamers, MCTs do not push the body towards storing fat. In fact, they tend to do the opposite. Research shows MCTs increase fat oxidation, teaching the body to burn fat for energy instead of tapping into muscle. In one trial with older adults, adding MCT oil to morning coffee improved energy metabolism and helped preserve lean mass during weight loss efforts. There is another advantage. MCT oil powder supports the absorption of fat, soluble vitamins like D, A, and E nutrients essential for bone integrity and muscle function. That means a single scoop does more than light up the brain. It helps transform the whole system into a cleaner, more efficient engine. If you have felt the post-coffee crash around mid-morning, this is a practical solution. Begin modestly. Stir 1 teaspoon of MCT powder into your first cup of the day. Most people notice a difference within a week. The rise is smoother, the stamina lasts longer, and there is no anxious edge. It pairs perfectly with collagen. Collagen restores the structure. MCTs provide the clean fuel that keeps that structure performing well from morning through evening. 3. Turmeric with black pepper. For millennia, healers in India praised it as liquid gold. Today, scientists point to curcumin, turmeric's principal active compound, as one of nature's most potent inflammation fighters. Most people still think of turmeric as a kitchen spice for curry, not something that belongs in coffee, but recent findings tell a different story. When turmeric is paired with black pepper, something extraordinary occurs. Black pepper supplies piperine, and piperine can boost curcumin absorption by as much as 2,000%. Instead of slipping through your system, unused curcumin reaches muscles, joints, and the brain, where it can go to work. Why does this matter for muscle integrity? Because inflammation is the quiet thief of strength. It degrades muscle fibers, locks up joints, and slows recovery after even gentle activity. Curcumin interrupts that process at its source. It inhibits the NF-κB signaling pathway, a central molecular driver of inflammation and muscle loss. In a study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, older adults who took curcumin daily experienced better muscle performance and less soreness after exercise than those on placebo. Another trial showed curcumin enhanced mitochondrial function, the same cellular powerhouses that caffeine helps wake up each morning. Combine turmeric and black pepper with your coffee, and you harness a complementary effect, caffeine's energizing lift alongside curcumin's restorative calm, a pairing that fuels the body while protecting it. Keep the method simple. Blend 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric with a pinch of black pepper into your morning cup. Add a little cinnamon if you like, for flavor and extra antioxidant support. Most people will not notice any taste, but inside that small mixture acts like a switch dialing down chronic inflammation and turning on repair and regeneration. Nature's message is clear. You do not need another synthetic supplement when you can use what is already in your pantry. Collagen helps rebuild MCTs, provide clean fuel, and turmeric with black pepper preserves what you have built, defending muscles, the heart, and even the brain against the slow burn of aging. We have just covered the 3 powders that can upgrade your coffee. Before you pour your next cup, there is an important caution. For every smart addition, a few common add-ins quietly erase the benefits. Here are 3 you should leave out if you care about muscle metabolism and long-term health. First, artificial sweeteners. Labels that promise 0 sugar and guilt-free may sound appealing, but inside your body, they tell another story. Sweeteners such as aspartame or sucralose scramble insulin signaling. Your brain anticipates incoming sugar, your pancreas prepares, and nothing arrives. Over time, this false alarm elevates cortisol and disrupts the gut microbiome, which in turn makes it harder to absorb real nutrients, including amino acids needed for muscle repair. Second, flavored creamers. Those French vanilla or caramel blends are essentially liquid inflammation loaded with corn syrup solids, hydrogenated oils, and synthetic emulsifiers. They raise triglycerides and slow muscle recovery. Worse still, they interfere with the uptake of minerals like magnesium that your muscles rely on. If you want a creamy texture, choose unsweetened almond milk or add a scoop of MCT powder instead. Your coffee will taste just as satisfying, and your body will handle it far better. Third, too much sugar. Coffee does not need it. Even modest amounts can throw off metabolic balance, especially for older adults with reduced insulin sensitivity. If you prefer a hint of sweetness, reach for stevia or a sprinkle of cinnamon. Both support steadier blood sugar and contribute natural antioxidants. Keep these 3 out of your cup, and the benefits of collagen MCTs and turmeric with black pepper can do their best work for your muscles, your metabolism, and your overall health.